Okay, so on to the next track in the, April's Magical Inner Sound series, man. It's been an amazing series so far, and it's actually just been progressively getting better. Like every track that comes after the next one, it just seems to be better than the one before, although they're all very good. The last couple have been unbelievable. So if you're only joining us now, I'd suggest you go right back to the beginning and start watching from there. Specifically if you love BTS, man. Now we're going on to RM of BTS. It's called Tiny Desk Home Concert. Don't know what that is. Yeah, this one over here is like an 18-minute long video. It's like sort of like 3-in-1 apparently. But there is a message over here before we get started. RM of BTS NPR Tiny Desk. This has 3 songs total and still comes in under 21 minutes, which would be the max ever. Yeah, okay, cool. Seoul Yoon and Still Life. Since RM explains his music in the video somewhat, I'd rather leave it to him. Okay, fantastic. Let's listen to RM and let's go, man. Let's see what we got. Let's go. Oh, okay, we're doing these like... Sorry, I've just got to say, these kind of like live sessions, these kind of live studio sessions in these like intimate settings just so happens to be my absolute favorite. I love it when artists do this. So we're definitely in for a treat. Let's go.
차가운 새벽 공기에 난 몰래 눈을 뜨네 이 도시의 harmony 난 너무나 익숙해 내 어린날 날들은 아득하고 빌딩과 차들만 가득해도 이젠 여기가 나의 집인걸 너의 소울과 발음이 비슷한 걸까 무슨 영혼을 가졌길래 무엇이나
I love the way he's playing with soul, like actually the soul of the person and Seoul, the city in South Korea. Come on, bro.
소울과 발음이 비슷한 걸까 무슨 영혼을 가졌길래 무엇이나 이토록 너의 곁에 잡아두나 난 내게 추억조차 없는데 난 이제 네가 너무 지겨워 너의 맨날 똑같은 잿빛 표정 아니 나는 내가 두려워 이미 널 부각해버린 거야 사랑과 미움이 같은 말이면 I love you so 사랑과 미움이 같은 말이면 I hate you so 사랑과 미움이 같은 말이면 I
love this over here. So it's kind of saying like I'm a city boy, but although like the city seems somewhat different to when I was a child, right? The city seems like it's picked up a couple of problems and darker traits essentially. So this is his like love and hate for the city of Seoul, right? This hustling, bustling city, but it also brings back a lot of memories from when he was a childhood and things like that. So it does happen like that with people that kind of like city life. It's like too hustling, too bustling, and it's almost like it feels that the beauty of humanity tends to like slip by the wayside because it feels like it's just these droids that go to work, come back from work, and we don't see anything we don't see any more of the beauty in the world. And that's why I like the fact where he says like he hates the fact that it's ashy face, your ashy face. So basically talking about a populated city that's been polluted and stuff like that. So it's this, I love the city but don't love the city, but obviously I'm gonna love the city because it's my home city, right? Seoul, capital of, I think it's the capital if I'm not mistaken, it's the capital of South Korea.
Hate you so 사랑과 미움이 같은 말이면 I love you so 사랑과 미움이 같은 말이면 I hate you so yeah.
This is just so
oh yeah 가만히 있어도 풍경이 바뀌는 버스와 비슷한 듯 조금씩 다른 빌딩 역한 듯 아닌 듯한 삶의 향과 따뜻한 척하는 차가운 공원들 늘 헤매야 하는
cold parks that pretend to be warm. Fire. Very clever. So it's like literally there's parks obviously in the city for children, but is it really what he's trying to say there, is it like really a warm environment to put children in? It's not, right? Because it's a very clinical thing, the city, right? So there are parks there, but it's a park in the concrete jungle. So they're pretending to be warm, but they really aren't. They're not, it's just there for sort of utility to get the children to do something. right? But they're not breathing in fresh air. They're not out in the open as if they would on like a farm or on the outskirts of the city. So it's very clever the way he wrote that.
사람들과 너무 많은 한을 품는 한강들과 혼자 하늘을 볼 수 없는 그네들과 나 그네들과 좀 늦어버린 친구들은 툭 하면 떠나겠다 해 난 끄덕거려 보지만 어쩔 못해 너무 인정하기 싫지만 이미 난 너의 미련과 그 역겨움까지도 사랑해 성기천의 비린내 사랑해 선의도의 쓸쓸함을 사랑해 돈만 있으면 살기 좋다던 어느 택시기사의 그 한숨까지도
Hey, I love this. It's painting the picture of the city.
사랑과 미움이 같은 말이면 I hate you so 사랑과 미움이 같은 말이면 I love you so 사랑과 미움이 같은 말이면 I hate you so yeah. I love you so I hate you so I love you so I hate you so
I love this kind of artistry. I love this kind of thing where it's like intimate and it's in a space and it's just the artist just telling a story, right? And this is just the story of the city, you know, the city of Seoul and his feelings about the city of Seoul and reminiscing certain things and describing the city. You can actually paint the picture in your head, right? I love this kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Because it's almost like storytelling, as if you were a kid and someone's telling you a story and you're painting that vivid picture of that. And it would actually resonate more with you if you actually from that city. You're like, shit, you know? Like it's so relatable. Fire. I like that a lot.
You so I hate you so yeah.
So chilled.
I'm leaving your heart I'm leaving your heart I'm leaving your heart
I'm living you and I'm leaving you. He's saying
사랑과 미움이 같은 말이면 I love you so 사랑과 미움이 같은 말이면 I hate
I love that he's saying that if love and hate are the same words, I hate you soul. If love and hate are the same words, I love you soul. So he's basically saying the exact same thing essentially. He's like, if they're the same word, he's like, I don't know how to feel about it. I love you, and absolutely hate you at the same time. It's almost like he's looking for a word that kind of falls in between those two.
you so 사랑과 미움이 같은 말이면 I love you so 사랑과 미움이 같은 말이면 I hate you so 사랑과 미움이 같은 말이면 I love you so
Just dive to this, man.
미움이 같은 말이면 I hate you so 사랑과 미움이 같은 말이면 I love you so 사랑과 미움이 같은 말이면 I hate you so
I love these kind of sessions, man.
Yeah, I love you so
I can do these sessions all day, man.
I hate you so yeah. Nah, I just don't know, mama. Yeah.
Amazing. I love these kind of sessions. They're so cool. Well done, RM. RM's amazing, dude. This guy's very good in his own right.
It's so good to be back. So honored to be back on this legendary show, NPR Tiny Desk. This time as a solo. Last time I was in a team, but this time is my first solo NPR Tiny Desk. So I'm truly honored. I go by the name of RM of BTS, and I'm from South Korea. So the song you guys just listened to was Seoul. Basically, as you know, the capital city, which is my second hometown in Korea.
Everyone knows that. I shouldn't even pat my back to myself on the back for that. If I didn't know
most
that, I would have been
important part,
travesty.
I'd like to introduce our band, the Korean legends. First, Doc Skim on the keyboard. Woo!
Fire.
Give a round of applause. John Eun on the guitar. Jason Park on the bass. Woo! Last but not least, J.K. Kim on the drum. Woo! Okay. Yeah. So that was Soul. And I just released my first new solo album called Indigo, which is the natural color from the nature, which is my favorite color as well. But Soul is not on the album. It's actually from my last mixtape called Mono in 2018. So yeah, Seoul is the city that I spent the most time since I started music. So I just always been wanting to make a song about Seoul. So this is my collaboration with me and Honne. Shout out to Honne, big time. Yeah. So
Amazing.
Indigo, please give a big love to my new first solo album, please.
Let's try to do that.
And next
hope
song
it
would be
doesn't
the first
be
intro,
funny.
the first track of the album Indigo, and it's about the Korean painter Yoon Hyung-gun that I have the biggest respect art industry, and he was always saying that you should firstly be a human.
I absolutely love that these guys are so into like artistry and philosophy and all those kind of things, right? Because it's so beautiful. I mean, at the end of the day, that is what we are. That is who we are as people, right? We are people of artistry and innovation and culture and things like that. And that's why they say politics is downstream of culture and culture is upstream of politics. At the end of the day, because that is what it is. That's what we live for. We live for cultural, we live for beauty, we live for artistry. That is actually what defines us, and also what defines people's cultures, traditions, rituals. It's all artistry. And also what defines people's philosophies. It all comes from artistry and traditions. So they, in being in the musical space, tapping into that kind of thing like Carl Jung and I don't know if Scholznitsen and all those kind of guys, I don't know if they've followed Scholznitsen or they probably do, knowing them. But yeah, it's very important, and it's amazing because it really adds to the character of their music.
Respect art industry, and he was always saying that you should firstly be a human before you do some art or do something.
Exactly.
So the song is inspired by his lifelong message, and when you see the cover of the album, you could see his painting. So yeah, next song is about the painter and me, the communication, life and death.
Amazing.
And actually, Erykah Badu is on the song, so she was supposed to be here, but sadly we don't got her right now. But still, shout out to Erykah Badu. And if you guys are ready, let's kick it.
Let's roll. Let's go. I'm actually very glad that he actually gave us a little bit of a backstory there, because that is actually quite amazing. It's always nice to get into the head of these artists. I'm liking this blues, jazzy type feel.
Yo, fuck the trendsetter, I'ma turn back the time forward to when I was 9. 좋은 것과 아닌 것밖에 없던 그때 차라리 그때가 더 인간이었던 듯해 이쪽 저쪽에서 받았던 손가락질들이 이젠 가야 할 곳이라며
I love it when artists do things like that. I love when rappers do things like that. Easy Mill does that as well, where he actually switches between English and his like mother tongue. Right, so switching between like English and Korean, but so fluidly, like there's literally no, like it feels like it just flows into each other, which I think is absolutely awesome. I love it when they do that. Let's go.
이쪽 저쪽에서 받았던 손가락질들이 이젠 가야 할 곳이라며 저 산을 가리키지. That's where you belong, or you gon' be alone if 뭐또 아닌 그 진심들을 고집하면은
Hey, fire. Finger pointed to me in here and there.
손가락질들이
Listen to this. Now point to the mountain saying, I need to get up there, right? You need to achieve something. You need to point to something greater.
저 산을 가리키지. That's where you belong.
And that's where you belong, and you're gonna be alone if
or you gon' be alone if 뭐또 아닌 그
you hold on to pointless sincerity. Fire, bro. Fire.
저 산을 가리키지. That's where you belong, or you gon' be alone if 뭐또 아닌 그 진심들을 고집하면은 팀 빠진 넌 사실 뭐또 아니야. 너는 고속도로서 오솔길로 가려 해. 너는 그냥 내 말 좀 들어 그러다 다
Nothing without your team, or else when trying to go from a highway to a trail, fire, man. Because a highway is, I love the way he's actually spoken about that in terms of you actually think about your life and you think about highway and a trail, right? That's why it's called trailblazing, right? So actually when you get off the roads that have been constructed for you, right? So that's kind of the idea, the indoctrination, when you get off there and you literally go like a path that hasn't been traveled before, all right? Or the path less traveled by. Highways are constructed for you to stay within those highways, right? And it's a network that's predefined where when you go out off the highway and you don't follow the herd and you don't follow the humdrum of society just going up and down these highways and you go trailblazing, it's like, yeah, okay, I'm not going to have a smooth road anymore. I'm not going to have any signs to show me where I'm going. I'm literally just going to discover new horizons, and where it takes me, it takes me. And the majority of the time, it's going to be rough terrain, but you're going to eventually get to the summit and realize that you are just amidst beauty. And it's a nice little metaphor for life. It's beautiful. You know what I mean? It's worth the work, essentially.
늦은 심들을 고집하면은 티 빠진 넌 사실 뭣도 아니야 너는 고속도로서 오솔길로 가려 해 너는 그냥 내 말 좀 들어 그러다 다 잃어 늘 그랬듯 you go with the flow you get better fuck that shit 애들한테의 lifestyle 늘 나의 자리는 경계선의 pipeline 여전히 난 허락되지 않는 꿈을 꿔 아무도 보지 않는 조물적 yeah.
Hey!
You keep the silence, boy.
Or you do something now.
Boy.
Yeah.
Yo,
Be
be
a human
human.
till the death of you now.
Right. Preach.
Yeah.
I wanna be a human. Before I do some art. It's a cruel world, but it's gon' be my part. Cause
Hey.
true beauty is a true sadness. Now you can feel my madness. I wanna be a human.
Beauty is a true sadness. I actually like that line very much there, specifically from a philosophical standpoint. Well, why would people say beauty is a true sadness? Is because a lot of the times the beauty that you see was created through a lot of pain, through a lot of strife, through a lot of hardships, essentially. So it's beautiful for you, but it was created. The value in that beauty came from someone sacrificing something, because that's what creates something beautiful, essentially. So all of those monuments and all of those sort of cathedrals and all those kind of things that you see, you just sit there and you just revel in the awe of its construction, how beautiful it is. But if you look deeper, if you look at the cracks of all of that, you realize that men built that, right? Men to a certain degree were exploited to build that as well. It tells the story of generations past. It tells the story of suffering. It tells the story, and in many different ways, and the people who built it and the people who sort of acquired those people to come and build that, and the people, like when it comes to cathedrals, and the people that needed those cathedrals to find some peace and hope inside the house of God, in the exploitation and manipulation of powerful empires and powerful regimes that took advantage of people, right? It's all, history is beautiful, but it also involves a lot of pain, a hell of a lot of pain. And that pain and beauty is intertwined, it's intermingled, right? So that's why when you hear some of the most beautiful poems and poetry that came out of the Holocaust, all right, it's painful, but the poetry is beautiful because it tells the story of suffering, and it tells a story of humanity, right? True humanity, people that did great things for other people, despite the fact that if they would have gotten caught, they would have been killed. All right. There's a lot of literature like that, a lot of books like that. There's a lot of things that show the real humanity of people, and that's why it's playing into what he's saying over here with that artist, when he says in order to be an artist, you need to be human first, because only a human person who's in touch with his humanity can write and speak to the true nature of beauty within a period of time, right? And with that, you got to encapsulate everything, the things that even people don't want to hear, the hardships of things, right? But that taking that pain and putting it down and recording it for generations to come is beautiful, right? But it comes from a space of pain. I don't know if I've unpacked it well enough, but you guys hopefully get my point.
Beauty is a true sadness. Now you can feel my madness. I wanna be a human before I do some art. It's a cruel world, but it's gonna be my part. Cause true beauty is a true sadness. Now you can feel my madness. 그는 말했지 넌 먼저 사람이 되라. 예술할 생각 말고 놀아. 느껴 you know what it's it with the techniques, what it's it with the skills, what it's it with all the words in your lyrics that you can feel. 나 당신이 말한 진리가 뭔지 몰라. 다만 그저 찾아가는 길 위 나의 속도와 방식을 대. But to me you the fucking contemporary. 여전히 이곳에 살아서 흘러 permanently. 이 모든 경계 위에 선자들에게 반드시 보내야만 했던 나의 밤을 걷는 반짝이는 불꽃은 언젠가 땅으로 카이사르의 것은 카이사르로 시커멓게 심장 죄를 뿌린 그 위에 시를 쓴 내 사선을 오갔던 생과 당신이 마침내 이 땅에 남긴 것들에게 나 역시 그저 좀 더 나은 어른에게 Keep the silence for you through.
I like that over there. I too believe that I want to be a better man. And what's great about that, speaking to that and speaking to humanity, is understanding that you're capable of the most evil, most heinous things on earth, right? Because the majority of people, if you go and ask people saying, like, would you be okay with the Holocaust back in the day, right? Or would you be okay with slavery back in the day? Most people will be like, oh, of course not. No, but of course not because of what you know right now. But then when you were actually in that era, in that system, right? The reason you never stood up is because the system was constructed that way, right? And it took a very, very, very brave people who are willing to sacrifice their lives to stand for something great, to stand up. The majority of humanity don't do that. The majority of humanity operate and play into their fears, right? That's why people lived the lie in the Soviet Union during communism. That's why people lived the lie during the Holocaust, where they knew people were getting massacred and murdered and people were getting dragged out of their shop, or Jewish people were getting dragged out of their shops, and the shops were being closed down, the shops, and they were being relocated and the possessions were being stolen. People saw all of that, but they turned a blind eye through fear or through the fact that they were so indoctrinated and so manipulated and brainwashed to the compassions of the German people that they allowed things like that to happen, right? And it just goes to speak to the humanity of a human being where evil and good, right, have the same roots and the same lengths in terms of, you know, the same human heart. The same human heart is capable of being a Mother Teresa and a Hitler. And if we don't acknowledge that and don't accept that we are able to do that, right, that's how we get back into a situation like that where we allow those things to happen. We need to understand, if we sit there and say we're greater than everybody else, oh, I'm better than everybody else, I know that I would never hold a slave, I would never gas somebody, right? Yes, it's because you're not in that society right now, right? We know better. We've progressed past that, right? But if that society had to come again, where those kind of things have been forced on you and you have to stand up, the majority of things, the majority of atrocities that happen around the world, right, come from the large criminal silence of the majority of the population. It's not the people who are doing these atrocities. It's not the people, the small amount of people that are for the atrocities. It's the majority of people who are good people, but out of fear turned a blind eye and say, you know what, I'd rather not see that, because if I stand up, then my livelihood will be affected, and I don't want my livelihood to be affected. So I know what's happening, but I'd pretend rather to not know what's happening. That's how atrocities get brought on. You know what I mean? So that's the thing, is that when you speak to people who think of themselves as these virtuous people today, you know, the people that are telling you that slavery was wrong. Yes, Einstein, we know. We know now that slavery is wrong. We know now that the Holocaust was wrong. We know now that oppressing people is wrong. or other classes of people is wrong. Yes, because we've progressed and we've learned and we've evolved as a humanity. But back in the day, all right, when they were in those systems, even if you knew it was wrong, the majority of the people didn't stand up. They didn't stand up. They didn't play into their natural human humanity when they knew it was wrong. They knew it was wrong, but they didn't out of fear, right? And that's the crazy thing about society, specifically today, is if you think that we had more humane people, we have more humane sort of ideas today than they had back then, with the people that actually stood up and did something. We're talking about real people that actually stood up and did something. A lady in the Holocaust, a German lady in the Holocaust camp who used to work there, smuggling out Jewish babies out of Auschwitz, right? In between like sort of wheat and stuff like that in her truck, driving it out, and having a dog in the background there, seeing, like, as the Nazi person, she trained a dog that if a Nazi guard came to the actual back of the van, right, the dog would go crazy and start barking and trying to attack the Nazi, and they're just like, okay, go, because it was just wheat there. She saved 2,000 babies before they caught her and then killed her. That is humanity. That is something that 99% of the population wouldn't be able to do. You really have to tap in deep to do something like that, and to that's crazy. And do we have the wherewithal, or do we have the people that would do that today with all of the privileges and things like that? I don't know. I still believe in humanity. I still believe we still have those people. Let's go.
Keep the silence, going through something now. Yo, be a showman till the death of you now. What? Yo, I wanna be a human before I do some art. It's a cruel world, but it's gon' be my part. Cause true beauty is a true sadness. Now you can feel my madness. I wanna be a human before I do some art. It's a cruel world, but it's gon' be my part. Cause true beauty is a true sadness. Now you can feel my madness. I wanna be a human before I do some art. It's a cruel world, but it's gon' be my part. Cause true beauty is a true sadness. Now you can feel my madness. I wanna be a human before I do some art. It's a cruel world, but it's gon' be my part. Cause true beauty is a true sadness. Now you can feel my goddamn madness. Yo. Now you can feel my madness. Yo.
I love that, because it's like, in order to be an effective artist that creates beautiful things, you need to see the world for what it is. And the world is a painful, cruel place, right? And that, the fact that it's a painful, cruel place actually brings out the best in humanity, right? It brings out the best in us. The fact that the world isn't a simple, easy place to live in. It's really hard. It's really tough. It's with a lot of suffering, right? And in order for you to capture that and to encapsulate that moment in time within your canvas, right? It takes being a human and seeing the world for what it is. Like that.
Damn. Woo. That was dope, guys. So yeah, it was Yoon. I love this song. It's the first track of the album Indigo. So if you guys love it, please check it out. Okay, so been doing music for 15 years. This is my 10 years as BTS, but still, this is my first official solo album. And I ran a whole along the way just to release this 10 tracks and 10 colors out of my soul and out of my ego, I guess. So I think this time I finally could show the world that I've been really what's really inside me and what I really wanted to do. So Indigo is about my whole 20s actually. I've been making this album from 2019 with these guys, so it's been 4 years, and it's like from my 26 to 29. So I feel really strange, and next year, actually, next month I'm gonna be 30. So
Wow.
It feels like really strange. There's only 1 month in my 20s, when this album was finally released. Okay, that was a long talk, and now I'm starving.
You're starving and you drink water.
So next song is gonna be. Actually, it's fun. It's funny. It's a number 2, track 2, out of this album, and it's called "Still Life."
Okay.
So I wrote this song actually out of the museum. So I went to some random museum and I saw a title called "Still Life." A lot of paintings were titled "Still Life," and I felt really strange.
Wait a second. Still Life. Why does that sound familiar? That sounds familiar. Still Life. I don't know who somebody requested this Still Life by RM. I remember Still Life. I think we actually reacted to the video.
Actually, a lot of paintings were titled "Still Life," and I felt really strange because it was like the painting in some, what is it, like 19th century by Monet or Van Gogh or Cezanne. So the flower as a model of the painting is dead like a century ago, but it's still alive in the painting by the painters themselves. So they gave the birth, actually the eternal birth or life to the flowers by painting. So, but when I see the still
Wow.
life, like a canvas, because my life is like
I
a
love the depth of his thoughts. Absolutely love it. For me, like I would love to like sit down and have a conversation with somebody like this. I mean, but like just a very chilled, impromptu sort of just have a drink with them at a bar and literally just chat for like 4 or 5 hours. You know what I mean? I think like it would be fascinating.
But when I see the still life, like a canvas, because my life is like a canvas. I'm exhibiting my life to the whole world, like everywhere, America, Asia, Europe, everywhere. But still life is still, it's stuck on the canvas, but it's alive and eternal and still moving forward. So it's about a still life that's still
and
moving.
the video represented that as well. The video also represented that when they were actually on the train, I think, as well, where everything was sort of in motion, but he wasn't in motion, essentially. I can't remember the video, essentially. But it's a very clever, I actually even made mention of the juxtaposition of that sort of like still and motion sort of placed side by side, to sort of encapsulate and speak about, like, to represent still life, but like a life that's moving but still, right? As if it's there to be exhibited, like he said, but also to be that it's still moving, right? It's actually a really interesting concept.
But it's alive and eternal and still moving forward. So it's about a still life that's still moving forward. Let's go.
Let's go. Yes, we've heard the original song. I've never seen this. Obviously, I've never seen this studio sessions or this sort of deconstructed version.
I'm still alive.
Oh, it's pretty much the same.
I'm still alive. Yo, what?
I've heard this.
Still alive.
Hey,
Yeah.
I like this song.
Still alive. Yo, what? I'm still alive, but I'm moving. Just live now, go forward.
Hey.
Yo, 멈추지 않은 정물. 또 피워 나의 꽃을. Give me no name, cause I'm untitled. 계속 전시되는 내 삶. Yeah, 그래도 삶. 아직도 삶. 과거는 가버렸고 미래 모르는 두 갈래 길에서 숨 고르는 벗어나고 싶어 이 캔버스의 틀 어제와 내일이 내게
I
드린
always love that line, catching my breath at a crossroad, like getting to a point where you actually need to make a decision in terms of direction. So I'm catching my breath at a crossroad. Essentially, I'm not going to try and be impulsive over here. So I'm moving, but I'm also moving carefully. I like that.
갈래길에서 숨 고르는 벗어나고 싶어 이 캔버스의 틀 어제와 내일이 내게 드린 그늘 난 그저 당당하게 live every time 24/7 yeah baby I'm on time 난 그저 오늘을 서로 1분 1초 마주같이 처음을 다 걸어보시고 yeah y'all can lock me in
This is
the
such a
frame I'm
jazzy,
moving
bouncy
yeah I'm still alive
Bobby.
yo what life is better than the death of proven
Hey.
yeah I'm still alive but I'm moving just live now go forward
Hey.
yo 멈추지 않은 정물 또 피워나의 꽃을 I'm still alive but I'm moving just live now go forward
Hey.
yo 멈추지 않은 정물 yo I never stop baby let's get it now Earth day's my day won't bother baby 난 돈으로 시간을 벌어 걔네 초롱은 듣지만 네귀 버려 꼭 벌어지듯 온라인에 목숨 걸어 Trendsetter I'm a friend better 시상해질 정도의 going getter 결국 네가 원하는 대로 되지 않았지 바른 것 달리 너무 잘 살아내네 내 뜻대로 living in 하남대로
Okay, you guys need to go and find my reaction to that. Just type in RM Still Life Fable. All right, and go and watch my reaction to that because we reacted to the actual music video and I actually break this down as well. And I break all my thoughts down in that. So this over here, I don't want to like sort of kill it. I just want to carry on because I have heard the actual song. I haven't seen this or heard this version, which I absolutely love because of the intimacy of it all. But yeah, you guys can go and just watch that as well.
But I'm moving, just live now, go forward.
Hey.
Yo, 멈추지 않은 정물. Yo, I never stop, baby, let's get it now. Earth day's my day won't bother. Baby, 난 돈으로 시간을 벌어. 걔네 초롱은 듣지만 네귀 버려 꼭 벌어지듯 온라인에 목숨 걸어. Trendsetter, I'm a friend better. 시상해질 정도의 going getter. 결국 네가 원하는 대로 되지 않았지 바른 것 달리 너무 잘 살아내네 내 뜻대로. Living in 하남대로. Look at my 탄탄대로 갈 일이 없어 이제 강남대로 월세 밀린 넌 파리 당장 방 빼고 What a perfection
This
living in
guy's
shame
phenomenal.
Me better do it like look at my stain 오늘을 살아 잡초처럼 그냥 화초처럼 but I never stay Hey shit happens in life but what happens is shit Shout out
Shit happens in life, but what happens is what happens in shit. Okay. Funny.
Shit happens in life but what happens is shit Shout out to Anderson Yo, we're just some still alive. We gotta move forward, never look back. Let's get it
That's
up.
all we can do.
Still alive. Hey, y'all can lock me in the frame. I'm moving. Yeah, I'm still alive. Hey, life is back.
Think about how that also plays into legacy. Like you can lock me in a frame, or you can lock me in a casket, and you can put me 6 feet under. But I've created the legacy that'll continue to move. It will literally live beyond me, right? So even if you put me in the ground, my legacy lives on, right? I will consistently be moving. I'll be moving through the radio waves. I'll be moving through the YouTube and social media waves. People will never forget me, which means, have you really killed me? Have I really died? You know what I mean? Come on, man.
Yeah, I'm still alive. Yeah, life is better than the death of proven. Yeah, I'm still alive, but I'm moving. Just live now, go forward. Yo, 멈추지 않은 적문. 또 피워나의 꽃을. I'm still alive, but I'm moving. Just live now, go forward. Yo, 멈추지 않은 적문. Yo, I never stop, baby, let's get it now. Yo, I never stop, baby, let's get it now. Yo, I never stop, baby, let's get it now.
I love this
Stop,
session.
baby, let's get it now. Thank you, NPR. Peace out. See you next time.
Love it. Love the sessions. This series has been properly entertaining, you know that. This over here was amazing. And that was it was a long video. I mean, we've been here for like 40 minutes and I really feel like time's just flown by because this is so entertaining. That was so cool to watch. And even the storytelling in terms of where he got his inspiration for the songs and things like that is amazing. Absolutely love that. Once again, we've just upped it once again, man. It's just getting better and better and better and better. We got 2 more after this that's coming. Please stay for those. yeah, man, I'll catch you on the next one. Let me know what you think down below. Peace.